Hello students, welcome to my class. Today I am going to take your English subject. In that we are going to see one poetry. The name of the poetry is The Growing River. The name of the poetry is The Growing River and it is written by Rodney Bennett. It is written by Rodney Bennett. Now see here students, at first the river is very small and can't float anything at all. First, when the river was born, it was very small, okay, and can't float anything at all. Float means to move slowly through air or water. Can't float means in that river nothing was floating. But later, as it journeys on, it's large enough to float a swan. When the journey of river has started, yes, it's large when it's growing. When it's growing and when it has become large, it's enough to float a swan. Now the swan can also float in that river. It grows till it can safely float a slim canoe and then a boat. What they are saying, it grows till it can safely float. When it's growing slowly, a slim canoe. A slim canoe means a small, light, narrow boat. It is a boat, but it is very small. Light means not very heavy. A small, light, narrow boat. And then a boat. First started canoe and then a boat can float in that river. And later still, as like as not, it manages to float a yacht. But slowly when the river is growing bigger and bigger, it manages to float a yacht. Yacht means a sailing boat. Okay. You can see here so many boats are there. Yes. And presently, when really large, it takes a steamer then a barge. They are saying, and presently now, when the river has grown really large, really very big, it takes a steamer. Steamer is also one kind of boat, a big boat, and then a barge. Barge is also a long narrow boat with a flat bottom that is used for carrying goods or people in the river, right? And last it passes busy quays. Now what is quays? Quays means a long metal or stone platform for boats to load or unload their goods. Whichever the boats carry, like when we travel by train, yes, the train stops when the station comes and people get down and get in, like that only. Quays are their stations, okay, where the boats load and unload their goods, and floats great ships to foreign seas, and floats great ships to foreign seas. Now it floats whatever the goods they are carrying, they can send through ships to the foreign seas also. Okay. Students, I hope you all have enjoyed the poetry. One more time we'll read. Now we'll read full poetry. At first the river's very small and can't float anything at all. But later, as it journeys on, it's large enough to float a swan. It grows till it can safely float a slim canoe and then a boat. And later still, as like as not, it manages to float a yacht. And presently when really large, it takes a steamer then a barge. And last it passes busy quays and floats great ships to foreign seas. Okay students, now we are going to evaluate. First one is, tick the right options to answer these questions. We have to tick the right options. First one is, how is the river at first? How is the river at first? It is very deep or it is very small? It is very small. Then second one is, what is the first thing mentioned that can float on it? A swan or a boat? A swan. So the answer is A. Then third one, what does the river manage to float after that? A canoe, a boat, a yacht or a ship? A canoe. Then number 4, what can float on the river when it grows busy? Canoes, boats, yachts and ships. The answer is ships. Choose 2 things that can float safely on a river. Boat, car, canoe and plane. Boat and canoe can float safely on the river. Think and answer. This question answer I am going to give in your notebook. Okay students, I hope you all have understood the poetry well. So we are going to meet in the next lecture. Bye bye. Take care. Thank you.